Well, hello and welcome back to my Alaska travel series. This is actually going to be the last video in this series, at least for a little while, but today we are going to be talking about Seattle, which is part of the United States of America, but it's not located in Alaska. So why are we talking about it today? Well, Seattle is actually a very popular embarkation and disembarkation port for Alaska cruises. And as we're going through this series, we're kind of talking about some of the places that you may visit when you go on an Alaska cruise. So naturally, we have to talk about Seattle. Seattle is a city on Puget Sound in the Pacific Northwest, surrounded by water, mountains, and evergreen forests. Nicknamed the Emerald City, Seattle is Washington State's largest city and serves as home to a large tech industry with Microsoft and Amazon headquarters in its metropolitan area. The Space Needle, an attraction remaining from the 1962 World's Fair, is its most iconic landmark. Other popular attractions for visitors are the Pike Place Market, Museum of Pop Culture, or MoPop, the Chihuly Garden and Glass Museum, among many other attractions. About the port itself, Seattle has two cruise ship terminals, Bell Street and Smith Cove. Between the two terminals, Seattle has 3 available ship berths, or 4 if the vessels are in transit. As far as getting to Seattle and getting around Seattle, Seattle's major airport is called the Seattle-Tacoma Airport, or SeaTac. Visitors may also get to Seattle by road or by train. Getting around Seattle is made easier by the public transportation that's available, including the Link Light Rail, King County Metro Transit, Seattle streetcars, Seattle Center monorail, and bountiful taxi and rideshare services. As far as points of interest, Seattle is a huge metropolis. There's a lot of things to do here. I can't touch on everything, so I'm just going to touch on a few things here that are, some major points of interest. The Seattle Center was created for the 1962 World's Fair. It's a 74-acre campus, and today it serves as equal parts civic plaza and social hub. At Seattle Center, visitors can explore the world-famous Space Needle, the Chihuly Garden and Glass Museum, MoPop, the Pacific Science Center, the Pacific Northwest Ballet, and Seattle Opera. So all of these things are located on the same campus. Pike Place Market was founded in 1907. Today, the market is one of the oldest and largest continually operating public markets in the United States. In 1971, Seattle citizens voted to create a Pike Place Market Historic District and the Market Historical Commission to preserve the market's physical and unique social character. As a result of the public vote, in 1973, the City of Seattle created by charter the Pike Place Market PDA, which is a non-for-profit organization to own and manage the day-to-day operations of the market. The market is a vibrant and thriving historic neighborhood that includes 5 social service programs, more than 220 independently owned shops and restaurants, 160 craftspeople, 70 farmers, 60 permitted buskers, and 450 residents in the market's affordable housing. The market is open nearly every day of the year with the exception of Thanksgiving and Christmas Day. The operating hours vary based on the business, but the website for the market is an incredible resource to help you plan your visit, including a trip planning tool, a market directory, and a map. Pike Place even has an interactive market map available on your smartphone. For those interested in art, the Seattle Art Museum has 3 branches with art exhibits available for viewing. The Seattle Art Museum, which dates back to the 1930s, is located downtown and houses a varied collection of artwork that spans multiple eras and geographic regions. The 9-acre Olympic Sculpture Park is an outdoor extension of the museum that's open to the public for free about a mile away from the waterfront. It's home to nearly 20 large-scale installations and offers sweeping views of Elliott Bay. The Seattle Art Museum's Asian art collection can be viewed at the Seattle Asian Art Museum, which is located amid the greenery of Capitol Hill's beautiful volunteer park. The Seattle waterfront is home to the Seattle Aquarium, which opened a spectacular new wing devoted to the Indo-Pacific's Coral Sea in 2024. The Seattle Great Wheel allows visitors to ride in one of the air-conditioned gondolas to see the city, water, and mountains on the horizon from 175 feet above the pier. The waterfront is now connected to Pike Place Market via the Overlook Walk, which also opened in 2024. From the waterfront, Miners Landing and Wings Over Washington are just steps away. Other opportunities to explore Seattle are available by renting a boat or taking a guided water tour. Flight seeing tours are also available. Viewers can enjoy the city life by attending a sporting event. Local teams include the Seattle Mariners for baseball, Seattle Seahawks for football, Sounders FC and Reign FC for men's and women's soccer, Seattle Kraken for hockey, Seattle Storm for women's basketball, and Seattle Seawolves for rugby. As with many large and diverse cities, as we've discussed with Vancouver and with Victoria already, you need ample time in order to do everything. The points of interest mentioned just now are by no means comprehensive. There are plenty of other things to do that were not mentioned, but are just as interesting and possibly less crowded. If there is something that you're interested in seeing or doing, spend your time in Seattle doing what most piques your interest. If you're in town for just a brief time before or after your cruise to Alaska, it might not be a bad idea to get into town just a day or two earlier to give you a little time to explore and perhaps some time to adjust to the new time zone if you're coming from the Eastern time zone like I would be. While you're in Seattle, you're going to want to eat. And as far as places to eat, the Visit Seattle website states it's hard to beat the Pacific Northwest when it comes to fresh ingredients, forward-thinking chefs, and an unparalleled dedication to all things local. Seattle's food scene is as diverse as the culture and geography of the area. You can dine on everything from fresh seafood to Asian fusion, classic French cuisine, and everything in between. Many dining venues feature spectacular views, some of the water from waterfront terraces and others of the city skyline from rooftop restaurants. Coffee lovers like me will know that Seattle is a coffee destination. From small batch roasters to global brands, this is a town that knows its caffeine. Starbucks is based out of Seattle, with cafes on nearly every street corner, including the famous Starbucks Reserve Roastery. Independent coffee chains also leave their mark on the Emerald City, with creative espresso drinks and brewing methods that locals love. But it's not just coffee. Seattle also boasts a robust tea scene, with places like Steepology, which boasts more than 250 loose-leaf tea blends and herbals, plus a steep bar for hot or chilled tea. Meanwhile, bakeries and dessert hotspots sprinkle Seattle with freshly baked pastries, artisan cupcakes and donuts, tempting chocolates, and other sweet treats. A large number of wineries, breweries, cideries, soda makers, and distilleries call Seattle home. Some 250 craft breweries call the state of Washington home, with more than 70% of the nation's hops grown right in the Yakima Valley. The Ballard, Fremont, and Soto neighborhoods are packed with dozens of craft breweries, many within walking distance of one another. With more than 900 wineries across the state, Washington is the second largest producers of premium wine in the country. Seattle has dozens of urban wineries within city limits, while there are 100 plus wineries and tasting rooms only a 30-minute drive away in nearby Woodinville wine country. Washington boasts around 100 distilleries crafting small batch spirits like whiskey, gin, vodka, and even aquavit and sake. To learn more, visitors can join a guided distillery tour for a behind-the-scenes look at how spirits are made, or just order a craft cocktail at an area bar or restaurant to sample local spirits mixed with Seattle-made tinctures, bitters, or sodas. As far as shopping goes, Seattle is an urban area with lots of options for travel souvenirs and closet staples. You should be able to find anything you need and plenty of things you don't without looking too hard. And this is just a tip to help you save a little bit of money. Check out the Visit Seattle Perks Pass. It's a completely free digital savings passport available on your smartphone that offers discounts at some of Seattle's most popular destinations, including the Seattle Art Museum, Kenmore Air, Smith Tower, the Seattle Symphony, and even some restaurants, breweries, and distilleries. This program was introduced in 2024 following the record-breaking Seattle cruise season of 2023, with the goal of inducing cruise passengers to spend more time exploring Seattle before or after their cruise. I'm not sponsored to talk about this, but any opportunity to save a bit of money, especially when I'm on vacation, is exciting for me. Once again, I know that this video is by no means all-encompassing of everything there is to do in Seattle. I once went to Seattle as a very small child. I have no memories of that trip, but I have some pictures, so I know that I was there, and I've since only ever been to Seattle in the airport. And even then, it was only for brief layovers. If you've been to Seattle recently and you have a favorite thing to do, favorite thing to eat, see, drink, please share that with all of us in the comments. As I said at the beginning of the video, this video is going to be the last in this series, at least for a little while. I have another very exciting series coming up on this channel very, very soon. Perhaps after that is over, we can come back to this series if there's any interest. But let me know what you think in a comment. Thank you so much for your support as I've created this series. It was so far outside of my comfort zone, what I typically make, but I've had a wonderful time learning about all of these places and sharing that knowledge with you guys. And I've really appreciated some of the comments that you guys have left on these videos too. So I want to say thank you for accepting this little experiment. Now, that is all that I had for today. So you guys will see me in another video really soon as we begin a new series. Bye!